Another candidate that has been linked to the Atlanta Braves is Dodgers former ace and World Series champion Walker Buehler. He recorded the final 3 outs in the World Series. Very, very weird way, because if you had asked me 3 years ago, Walker Buehler was heading to a $300 million contract. I mean, he was up there with my favorite pitchers in the league. I mean, it was dominant. His delivery, it was Spencer Strider-esque. I mean, he was unbelievable. Multiple top 5 finishes in the NL Cy Young race. Then the dreaded Tommy John surgery comes around that almost hits every pitcher, it seemingly, before they hit 30 years old. He comes back this season. He doesn't look the same. And then all of a sudden, the postseason flip kind of switch for Walker Buehler. He finishes it with 12 scoreless innings, including the final 3 outs where he looked absolutely unhittable there against the Yankees on the road. And it's interesting to see what his market's going to be like. Because listen, if I'm the Dodgers, right, I have unlimited funds. Why would I not go and be like, hey, here's 1 year, $20 million? The contract that I've been given to Clayton Kershaw every single year, Walker Buehler, you've done enough for this organization. And if I'm Walker Buehler, why do I want to play for anybody that just won the World Series championship? I'm out in LA. I got Freddie Freeman. I got Shohei Ohtani. Even if I suck, which I suck this year, we're still in the World Series. And I have a chance to prove, get glory at the top of the mountain. So it's hard for me to see a scenario unless a team is willing to go 2 years. Now, are the Braves that team? We saw him do something similar with Chris Sale, right? Chris Sale was on a 2-year deal. We were willing to make that deal and take a little gamble here. I think the only way I see Walker Buehler leaving Los Angeles is if someone's willing to give them a 2-year deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to the Charlie Morton dilemma or dynamic with the Braves, where Charlie Morton plays. I don't see him playing anywhere other than Atlanta. And if you're Walker Buehler and you want to, the ultimate goal for him, it might be a World Series, but really it's to cash in. It's to get that 8-figure deal in free agency. And where does he have the best chance of doing that? It's LA. It's the familiarity of LA spring training and a healthy offseason, the coaching staff, the players, the locker room, everything. It's more likely that he will return to form within that organization than any other organization.
Let me bring up one thing, because you say that, and I understand what you're saying, but here's a picture that is painted where LA goes out there and gets Corbin Burns, right? Yeah. Shohei Ohtani's coming back to the mound. Tyler Glasnow's coming back to the mound. Like, they have other arms. Like, there is a scenario where with all those arms, and maybe they go out and get another arm. I mean, they're the Los Angeles Dodgers. They pretty much get whatever the hell they want.
Juan Soto pitch?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, he kind of gets phased out almost even if he has a decent year, even if he goes out there and has a 3.5 ERA, right? He gets phased out. He's not pitching in the playoffs, yada, yada, yada. I don't know if there's a scenario like that for any place. And I'm assuming that the Dodgers are going to target one of those top arms in free agency, because that's been the report.
They've already been linked.
Yeah,
Max Fried.
They've been linked to Max Fried. They've been linked to Corbin Burns. Like, they are looking for the top guys. Like, and there's also a scenario where, hey, they go and get a top guy. They go and get another. They go re-sign Teoscar Hernandez to a $100 million deal. They just spent all that money.
I mean, their rotation, they get one of those guys, whether it's
Burns, it's Yamamoto, Ohtani, Glasnow, and
Snell,
Burns,
Fried, whoever. And then, so I can understand that aspect,
And do they want to spend $20 million on a fifth starter?
Well, that's back to we don't really care about money. It's fake for the Los Angeles Dodgers. But I mean, if I'm the Atlanta,
but is there ever a moment where they're just like, all right, well, like,
this is getting ridiculous?
Yeah, it's like, okay, especially if they go out there and get Soto too. Guys, I don't know really is what's out of the realm of possibilities for the Dodgers. It doesn't seem like anything is. And I know the Shohei Ohtani thing has done wonders for them. Obviously, they win the World Series. That's a ton of money, especially when they're Los Angeles Dodgers. But the Japanese money they've got, all the reports have suggested that's been way. And I said this when Shohei Ohtani was getting courted.
He's in his own economy. Yeah, that's what I said.
It's like, dude, just pay him the money. Just pay him literally whatever he wants.
Not only are
you're
they
going to make it over
them,
tenfold.
They're not even really paying them. Yeah, they're making.
You're going to make it
money over hand over.
I mean, could you imagine if Shohei Ohtani had like all of Canada? Like, if he had gone to the Blue Jays, I mean, it would have been like an entire country's economy in Toronto with Shohei Ohtani. So I never understood why that wasn't comprehended. But the Dodgers,
it's a much better investment. First of all, from a dollars and cents to like the ratio to WAR for Ohtani, and especially when he's pitching, it makes all the sense in the world outside of, on the field. Where Juan Soto, yeah, he's a big name, but like he's not even close to Ohtani. He's not even close.
I'm shocked at the numbers I'm hearing.
And he only plays, and he might eventually just be a DH.
I'm shocked at the numbers I'm hearing for Soto, and it's simply, and the numbers are only the numbers because you have a guy like Steve Cohen in there that's willing to just be like, hey, you want to get in a bidding war? Let's see who wins this.
I mean, there's straight up no way if Juan Soto's top priority is money, is just whoever's giving me that he doesn't go to the Mets. There's 0% chance that Steve Cohen is going to lose a bidding war.
It also depends, like, does he get his number? Like, let's say the Yankees are only willing to go $500 million, but now because Steve Cohen's going $650, will the Yankees get $600, and will he play for $600 for the Yankees rather than the Mets? I think that's what it's going to end up coming to. But you're right. He's going to offer $50 million more than any other club. Let's get back to Buehler, though, because the last thing I want to say on Buehler is the fact that I think it is the perfect kind of Braves deal that we've seen in the past. I mean, this is if hypothetically the Dodgers are willing to let that walk and they got, bigger fish in the sea, bigger fish to fry, and he's out there in free agency. This is the exact type of contract. Maybe they say, hey, Buehler, you got a little more upside than Charlie Morton. You round out our rotation, something like that. He's probably going to get 2 years, $30 million, 1 year, $15 million. Maybe someone gets up there in the $20 million range. But regardless, I think that's a fair price for a guy that has the upside of that we just saw with Chris Sale. Like, he really has that kind of upside. I mean, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball. I mean, just like Chris Sale was. And if you're talking about a guy who loves gambling on a guy that's only going to be on a short-term deal, it's Alex Anthopoulos.
And talking about Chris Sale, he told you how important a offseason fully healthy, a normal offseason can be. Walker Buehler is the exact same type of free agent target. And I don't think one, eliminates the other. We've seen time and time again, you can never have enough pitching. And a couple of 1 year deals for those guys, $15 million each. If you need to go up to 20 for Buehler, whatever it might be, I am perfectly fine doing that. I mean, I don't know why. Like, he tried to overkill the rotation last year. That is Anthopoulos. And I think he did a marvelous job, better than he had ever, obviously because Chris Sale and Ronaldo Lopez hit those acquisitions. But once again, I think there's no reason not to, because you can always move Ronaldo Lopez to the bullpen if, you're like, oh, now we have an embarrassment of riches. We have too many starters and not enough spots. Like, overkill it. Yeah. And you don't have to do it in the long-term variety.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm expecting, especially with Spencer Strider coming back.
That's $30 million right there.
That's a couple guys coming back on 1 year deals. And if they can find a way to make a move for Garrett Crochet or something like that, maybe that's in the cards. But if not, I definitely am looking at those Mortons, those Walker Buehlers, those type of players as targets for the Atlanta Braves.